Now that we're done doing a warm compress, it's important for you to wash your hands because you're going to be touching your eyelids and you don't want to give yourself an eye infection. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. The first way is to just close your eyelids and actually start at the top of the eyelid and then push down. And you're not going to be pushing into your eye as much as it is you're influence those oil glands to kind of squeeze out from the top eyelid. Now if you notice, I'm kind of working my way around, starting in kind of the corner here, and then working my way all the way through the top portion of the eyelid and across to the far side. These oil glands, you have about 20 to 30 of them on the superior eyelid, and so you actually want to keep moving around, encouraging them to release. An additional way you can do it also is starting with your finger at the top and then rolling them down. You can again start here and roll down, but I personally don't find that as helpful, but some people do like it. Then you'll go ahead and repeat on the lower eyelid. Same thing. You're going to kind of push upward this time, starting in the lower corners and pushing upward. Now, the most important oil glands that actually end up being clogged and dying off first are usually the ones in this lower corner. So it's really important to make sure you get those lower corners really good. And then you, of course, repeat not just on one eye, but do that again on the other eye. You can even do them both at the same time if you're really coordinated. Now, there's another technique, and that's using some type of either Q-tip or cotton-tipped applicator like the one I have here in the clinic. So this is basically the same thing as a Q-tip, and it's important that if you're using this method, make sure you either wash the Q-tip first or you go ahead and soak it in some sort of eyelid cleanser like we have here in the clinic. So I soaked the Q-tip here in the eyelid cleanser. Now I'm actually going to again close my eye, and this is kind of the same thing. I'm starting on the top eyelid and basically smoothing out those oil glands, again pushing more downward rather than in toward my eye, really kind of just massaging those oil glands to secrete. Then afterward, I actually like to run the Q-tip across the eyelid margin, making sure not to poke myself in the eye, but running horizontally across the eyelid margin. That'll finally encourage that last little bit of oil to secrete out. Afterward, you can again go ahead and then repeat on the lower eyelid, basically the same technique. Again, you may have to look upward to do this better. And again, really getting the ones here in the corners. And then again, rubbing across right on the margin. And yeah, that's how you do an eyelid massage. And then afterward, it's best for you to clean your eyelids with some sort of foaming eyelid cleanser or with maybe hypochlorous acid spray. That's another thing that can be used to clean the eyelids.